dog Javi produced that one, is it?
Ambassador Music.
You know, system we are create waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better than your son, Lord, explosion, and we make the commotion, yeah. They even dance with them, watch we have emotion, deep and we slow down, yeah. We do it first, got them soft like lotion, and waves like the ocean, yeah. When I never see a phone sound, never see a phone sound strong. Never the time for rely on people to make my move, and never saw me grow up. And I know say me hype, I know you're probably right, but if you don't have no pride, I guess anything goes. Me I live my life telling me I'm moon. I used to be that little kid, now I am the grown up. Think my life did so rough. Skinny nigga did that talent, but never have no luck, so rough. My father get laid off, now have no up. They done for turn a man from best, so now my life's sweet like a donut. You know I wouldn't change a thing, no. Choose the amp lose a couple times before you win, oh yeah. I pop bottles, pop models. What my story have a happy ending like the novels. Yeah, in a castle I'm eating apples. I look out upon the sea, I show me youth, them all would do it. Great waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better than your son, Lord, explosion, and we make the commotion, yeah. They even dance with them, watch we have emotion, deep and we slow down, yeah. We do it first, got them soft like lotion, and waves like the ocean, yeah. We never see a phone sound, never see a phone sound strong. Never see a phone sound. All over the world, them a wave me banner. Fans a come out and a support me and bad mind, I wonder what's so special with a man, yeah. Tidal wave, you no see up under the cabana. We a create big wave and a flood the whole place. If me no make it out, show the kids my face. Ay, tell them how me stay and how me stuck in my ways. Go on like say them no like about them rate way anyway. Cause we create big waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better than you some Lord explosion, and we make the commotion, yeah. They even dance with them, watch we have emotion, deep and we slow down, yeah. Do it first, got them soft like lotion, and waves like the ocean, yeah. We never see a phone sound, never see a phone sound strong. We never see a phone sound, never see a phone sound strong.
Dog Javi produced that one, is it?
Ambassador Music.
You know, system we are create waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better than your son, Lord, explosion, and we make the commotion, yeah. They even dance with them, watch we have emotion, deep and we slow down, yeah. We do it first, got them soft like lotion, and waves like the ocean, yeah. When I never see a phone sound, never see a phone sound strong. Never the time for rely on people to make my move, and never saw me grow up. And I know say me hype, I know you're probably right, but if you don't have no pride, I guess anything goes. Me I live my life telling me I'm moon. I used to be that little kid, now I am the grown up. Think my life did so rough. Skinny nigga did that talent, but never have no luck, so rough. My father get laid off, now have no up. They done for turn a man from best, so now my life's sweet like a donut. You know I wouldn't change a thing, no. Choose the amp lose a couple times before you win, oh yeah. I pop bottles, pop models. What my story have a happy ending like the novels. Yeah, in a castle I'm eating apples. I look out upon the sea, I show me youth, them all would do it. Great waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better than your son, Lord, explosion, and we make the commotion, yeah. They even dance with them, watch we have emotion, deep and we slow down, yeah. We do it first, got them soft like lotion, and waves like the ocean, yeah. We never see a phone sound, never see a phone sound strong. Never see a phone sound. All over the world, them a wave me banner. Fans a come out and a support me and bad mind, I wonder what's so special with a man, yeah. Tidal wave, you no see up under the cabana. We a create big wave and a flood the whole place. If me no make it out, show the kids my face. Ay, tell them how me stay and how me stuck in my ways. Go on like say them no like about them rate way anyway. Cause we create big waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better than you some Lord explosion, and we make the commotion, yeah. They even dance with them, watch we have emotion, deep and we slow down, yeah. Do it First got them soft like lotion and waves like the ocean, yeah. We never see a phone so, never see a phone so strong. We never see a phone so, never see a phone so strong.
One second, let them know this.
Yo.
Spread the word. Top Shatter is back.
Gangsta.
Real life. So I keep baking it. So the finger won't make it. So I keep baking it. Baking it. Baking it. Yeah, I say go like that.
You know, sit them a flip. So me give them everything in a dick. Give them everything in a dick. Give them everything in a dick. Run up. Like iron line them. Who I lost family, I try and find them. See up with the lock in them. Tie and die them. Hey, you know, you a walk and talk. Yeah, do me nothing, you a giant shark. Make you left the island fast. 2020 vision 2 telescope glass. Me here, them a cuss and a fight with Donbass. Tell them to play hero like some shark. Money drink and smoke and my laugh. We not textile it.
My dog Javi. One second, let them know this.
Yo.
Spread the word. Top Shatter is back.
Gangsta.
Real life. So I keep baking it. So the finger won't make it. So I keep baking it. Baking it. Baking it. Yeah, I say go like that.
You know, sit them a flip. So me give them everything in a dick. Give them everything in a dick. Give them everything in a dick. Run up. Like iron line them. Who I lost family, I try and find them. See up with the lock in them. Tie and die them. Hey, you know, you a walk and talk. Yeah, do me nothing, you a giant shark. Make you left the island fast. 2020 vision 2 telescope glass. Me here, them a cuss and a fight with Donbass. Tell them to play hero like some shark. Money drink and smoke and my laugh. We not textile in and craft. Uptown, make you lift up like a aircraft. Memorial of figure keep on a year pass. Camp with the truck, them a spare parts. The street sweeper clear the way fast. You know, see them a flip, so me give them everything in a dick. Give them everything in a dick. Give them everything in a dick. Them a bad back and nice. Everything a rise. Everything a thing on me other side. Them a run, miss him on a slide. Can't tap in on me shoes, check your size. See they on his name, I do check your size. One God run the place, nothing otherwise. Anywhere you go, you get it unapologetic. They make him finger make it. Send out a ground trooper, a little young trooper. We no giant lip boy, flick. Me no run tutor. The little bird brain, like parachute at it. Full of teeth like barracuda. When it cannot alone, it a chest bone. Them know say me violent pro. When uptown Black Road, nothing can pass. Money do it anytime, anywhere. We no wear ski mask. You know see them a flip, so me give them everything in a dick. Give them everything in a dick. Give them everything.
Wake up, the day is bright, and I feel the blue. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bring your vibes you can feel.
News, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Time to feel the flow. From your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, so let it feel the spark. Every voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world. We got the news on Livewire. There's nothing to lose. Livewire, turn and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. It's the 25th of November, 2025. Happy to be here with you for yet another episode. So much for us to discuss this morning. I must say sorry to you guys. Yesterday, the Mohammed's court case thing completely was out of my mind. It was only until it was on its way and I was given a reminder and I was nowhere in the vicinity to get down there. But I'll be on top of things. So on the 28th, I'll be out there to ensure that you guys get it live and direct. Whether they recognize me as a journalist or not, because we're not basing what we're doing here on Livewire on the approval of us and Shell, right? Nevertheless, morning to all the persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Morning to the persons joining us across the diaspora. Special good morning to the people in the comment section. Thank you guys for being here. Please go ahead and share the live. Follow our pages. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It doesn't take a lot from you, but it does a lot for us. It helps us or helps the algorithm to recognize us and share our content and make it available to Guyanese across the world. Walter Fisher, morning to you. Joanne McCrae, good morning. Christopher Harry Paul, morning to you. Pamela, morning to you. Bibi Kalicharan, Prasad Pati, Vishnu Chintaman, morning to you. Sunita Desmond, Sarah Mosley, morning to you. Suknandan Bud, General Narendra, Lash PA, Lola Hari, morning to you. Violet Prasad, Nandini Singh and Hill, Philomena Lee, good morning to you guys. Osan Johnson, Amanda Prasad, Steve Chan, Amanda Prasad again. Nevertheless, guys, again, share the live, share the live, share the live. Now, before I jump into main matters, I want to address a minor matter, right? Why are you not switching? Okay. All right, I want to address a minor matter. Now, this guy, I don't know him personally. I see him usually commenting on everything under the sun on Facebook, right? And I messaged him and I said I'll respond to this. And sometimes I would comment under his post, because I do believe that Guyanese in the diaspora mean well. Some of them are just ill-informed and, sometimes they go down the wrong path. But I think this guy has a genuine interest in Guyana, but it may be the sources of his information. So he posted about 8 hours ago, Courdel Jones, is it possible to give your insight on this matter in any capacity? What's your thoughts on the vehicle fraud case? The vehicle fraud causes that have been, I think he means cases, that have been mentioned only by Travis Chase in Guyana. Also, what's your thoughts on the list of others that are being sanctioned by the US that we have been waiting for over a week to see, right? And if you could see there about 21 minutes ago, I asked him to tune into the program this morning, right? Yeah, this is a post I made about yesterday's shenanigans outside of the court and the National Assembly building in Georgetown, right? We'll get to all of that, but we're moving through as we go. Again, I'm asking you guys, share the live. Mike Bishram, morning to you. Pam, morning to you, and Trevor. Ken Ramsamy, good morning to you. And here we go. So, first of all, I don't comment on allegations that only come from Travis Chase. Right? That's the first thing. If an issue is legitimate, it never exists exclusively on Travis Chase's Facebook page or on Travis Chase's newscast. Once it's legitimate, that's all I'm saying to y'all. If the Guyana Police Force, the Guyana Revenue Authority, the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, the Special Organized Crime Unit, and the US themselves didn't report it, then myself and the rest of this country must treat it as entertainment, not evidence. Right? Guyana cannot run on hearsay and Facebook courtrooms. If there is a charge, a file, a press statement, an arrest, a court docket, then we can talk. Until then, it remains Travis Chase's storyline, not Guyana's reality. Travis Chase has a long track record of exaggerating, dramatizing, and flat out misrepresenting stories. So nobody, including journalists, should treat a single source allegation as fact. In real newsroom, these things are called unverified claims. Listen to the not journalists. Outside of that, vehicle fraud is a serious matter. But it must come from the relevant authorities, not YouTube views and Facebook posts. If GRA hasn't confirmed it, if SOCU hasn't confirmed it, if the courts haven't confirmed it, if the US hasn't confirmed it, then what exactly are we supposed to be responding to? Smoke without fire? Drama without data? We live in a country with functioning law enforcement. If there's wrongdoings, the system will deal with it, just like it's dealing with Mohammed's right now. Why this AC going on so cold? Just a second. Right? Just like how the system is currently dealing with Mohammed's. Guyana doesn't need Travis Chase to break imaginary news. The agencies responsible will always communicate formally when something is real. Right? Now, let me look at or touch on the US sanctions list that is the claiming to come in. And I don't know if anybody else counting, but remember there were supposed to be some government officials. A sanction list coming out soon with government officials. I don't know if we're on the 1,656 day or what, but we're still waiting for that list that Travis told us about. You understand? And in some cases, I feel like the Guyanese population is like that photo or that skeleton sit down on a bench, and the caption said, "Is a woman waiting for the perfect man to arrive." That's how we look, waiting on the list of the government officials that get sanctioned. You remember Travis Chase said so? He says so. He says so on the Facebook. You understand? No, listen. And listen carefully. The United States government does not send sanction lists through gossip mills like Travis Chase. When the US sanctions someone, first of all, it's published on the OFAC website. Posted on the US Treasury's page. Formally announced. So they got press conference once the police stand up and thing, and they announce the thing. Right? Immediately accessible that information is to world governments. There is no such thing as a list coming for weeks. You understand me, Joanne? Do you understand me, brother? If you're waiting a week for a sanction list, that means no sanction list exists. The US doesn't whisper sanctions. They drop them publicly and instantly. When people create imaginary sanctions lists, it's because they want to weaponize US credibility for local politics. This is a common trick. Make people believe some big foreign thing is coming so you can look relevant. It's political fear tactics, not reality. If you genuinely believe a US sanction list is being hidden, show the source. Show the source. Not WhatsApp messages, not Facebook rumors, not political parties playing a guessing game. A real citation. A real citation. Until then, anything from Travis Chase, it's science fiction. You understand? Science fiction. Guyana must not let Travis Chase or any other political media actor create panic with imaginary intelligence. Sanctions are serious, legal, documented actions. Not predictions like the weather. This is using a Doppler system. You understand? Until official agencies speak, everything else is just noise, especially coming out to Travis Chase mouth. And Guyana has grown, well, I should say Guyana has outgrown noise. We, the Guyanese people, are dealing with facts, not Facebook folklore. You understand? So I hope, Mr. Weeks, this addresses whatever concerns you may have had. You understand? Whatever concerns you may have had. Now, that aside, I am I am coming back to this worries here. So, like I said yesterday, I was unable to be outside there. And listen, y'all gotta realize, just look at that out there. Y'all remember somebody was calling. Who's this? Yeah. So as I was saying, this is a mediocre turnout here. You understand? This is a mediocre turnout here. Based on Hello. Morning. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Look at this showing here. What happened to all them thousands? The sea of blue. The sea of blue. Ooh, what happened? People catch on to the BS, so they ain't coming out in them numbers some more. So it's you, your lawyers, your members of parliament, and probably their close relatives out there, and a few riffraff that decide to come out for the couple of dollars, right? But nowhere near the kind of support you had. Where are the people who been at who stand there to block the car? Even there, you had a louder turnout. Even there, you had a louder turnout. But you won't got this great president to organize them for you no more. You understand? The man said he said he lied. He's stupid, but now he gets sense again. This great president. So without a father or a doggy to bring out the fully done people for you, look at your showing. Look at your showing. And it says a lot to me. Let me go back. It says a lot. Look at that. You got a good 50 people out there. One thing you got to get them do. Their signage is immaculate. The signage is immaculate. Listen, we are accustomed to PNC with handwritten signs with a set of wrong English and wrong spelling. Not win. Not the Jack Bird. None of that. The signs are immaculate, printed. They make no joke. They got the same uninformed persons out there on the matter that can't defend themselves if you ask them a question. But the signage, immaculate. Oh, boy. Oh.
It's a democratic country, my friend. It's a democracy, my friend.
The system is
Okay,
the goddess guy who is usually on Conan Marshall show, he in town every week for Muhammad. Well, every week, every time Muhammad got some case or something, he's there. Mr. Atwell. I don't know if it's Melly Mel father or what, but this man does hop, skip, and jump. He like Tabitha. One time he with PNC, the next time he with AFC, then he jumped with a Manzo, now he with Azadin. But hopscotch he playing. But back to cricket. Look at him. Swearing Muhammad where? What are you talking about? Swearing Muhammad where? To what? The swearing in the members of parliament didn't happen on the 3rd of November. Wait, I'm missing something. Am I missing something? Weren't the swearing in of MPs that didn't happen on the 3rd of November? I could have swear that took place. I could have swear that took place. So when you're saying swearing Muhammad's now, morning to you, Eunice. When you're saying swearing Muhammad's now, what are you talking about? He's sworn in as a member of parliament. He is. Right? But I wanted y'all to see this is what is left. Nomination day, final rally, all of these things, this is what is left. A core group of hanger-oners, right? The people who are directly benefiting. Look. What happened? What happened, brother? What? What happened? What happened? Why you so uptight? What got you so uptight? What is going on with you, sir? Why are you walking like that? Look, 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 look. Look at this thing. It's not me. Look, the camera can turn back. What happened? Something got you uncomfortable? What happened? Whoa. We got abdominal distress. What happened? Something in the gluteus? What happened? We want to know. Why are you walking like that? Why are you walking like that? And these are the people who just make fun of the president dancing, and the president can't do this, and the president can't. Look at you. At least the president could walk properly. He look like Dr. Namti. What's going on here? Look. Yeah, look here. I can't rewind properly with this. Look. It's about to start. Everybody, please pay attention. If you're just listening to the program, take a moment, raise your head, and look at the screen, please. Right? We want to know if he got abdominal distress, gastric distress, distress in the gluteus maximus, something in between his sphincter muscle. We want to know us. Look. It's like something in your back pushing in, upper or lower back pushing in. Like, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's something? What's going on with you? What happened? Democracy, victimization. I'm a gold miner. You're not a journalist. What's going on? What's going on? You understand? I want to know, brother. You look very uncomfortable. Yeah. Instead, he backside go and look walk. You understand me? At the hour of the day, he in that walk. You out with Muhammad. The rest of them big and old. They probably don't walk. They collect a pension. Big comic like you in that you workplace. You understand? You in that you workplace. You out in front of the court. Like we said, the women's housewives, the men them working and they had little time to come out. But look at this coming. Swear Muhammad now. Swear yet where to do what? Anyway, I'm not interested in this. You want to get over to the court. And of course, Nazima Raghubir in full effect. Right? Nazima Raghubir in full effect. Anything and everything Muhammad's got, she there to cover it. In full effect. Look. Nazima. Oh, look. Swear Muhammad no.
Y'all can get this gate belongs to y'all.
This got to be, that's Mr. Atwell Vice. That is Mr. Atwell Vice. Now imagine this wretch. My fact, sorry. No, I got elderly people on the program. I'm going to call you old wretch, but I ain't trying to disrespect the elderly persons. They got 1 and 2 years. That's real stupid, like Mr. Atwell. Now imagine they protested, standing up in front of the gate of Parliament building, and the security must say, man, just step off. This is your gate. That's the kind of ignorance and opportunist you get from Mr. Atwell, because he is who? Right? So right here where you see that road coming, where you're coming, like the road is coming towards you, looking on the screen there, that's the entrance to Parliament. The entrance to the gate. Somebody asked you to move from front. Here.
Y'all locking the gate. This gate belongs to y'all.
Y'all locking the gate. Well, apparently, like, they close the gate. Apparently, the gate is open. So he got problem that they locking the gate for security reasons. They must allow hooligans like Mr. Atwell and Creator Face inside the National Assembly building. Well, Creator Face got the right. You understand me?
This is the people of Guyana property, buddy.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. When they can't come to you with sensible arguments to validate their points, this is Guyana's national patrimony. It's your resources. It's with this. It's with that. They're going on. Because they don't have no valid argument to give you. None. Look at them. Look at them. Those are the few who refuse to go and look up and decide we gonna come out and collect the sale money. Very soon, very shortly, all of that will be done. Watch this little. Instead, she go home and look, she grandchildren them. We need our opposition. Those in Aubrey Norton just a few months ago. Those in Aubrey Norton just a few months ago. No, this whole 209,000 thing, right? This here is the old election playbook. First, you claim you win the elections with zero evidence whatsoever. No evidence whatsoever. As Shell, Hannah, Khalifa, this body, the Lamborghini, the Ferrari. Nobody bring no evidence. Nobody. You understand? Because why bring statements a poll when you could bring good vibes and roll in the Lambo and all the victimization? Why bring maths as you and your agents calculate your numbers so you have a clear idea of your votes from people you trust? Why? Don't bring maths. We can bring feelings. I feel I won. All the people vote for me. I know they vote for me because I'm Creator Face. And everybody love me. In Win and Apnu land, emotion is not equal to evidence. But they're still trying. Again, I say to you, not a single SOP published, not one, by Win to support what they're saying. Not a single parallel count released to say, hey, this is our SOP, this is the count we got, this is what GCOM got, look at this discrepancy. Not one shred of documentation backing a Win victory. Not an observer, not a candidate, nobody except As Mohammed say he win, and he's saying that after the fact, after everything said and done. When the facts missing, they just invent new information for Facebook Live. You understand? Now, step 2 in this election lying playbook. Wait until all the legal windows to file an election petition expires. Ass/create a face had 28 days to prove his claim in court. Ass brought nothing. You hear me? Ass brought nothing. Instead of filing evidence, they filed Facebook content. You understand? They ducked the one arena where truth actually matters, the courtroom. You can't say we won, then run from the only process designed to confirm the win. If you're allergic to evidence, maybe don't run for an election. They want democracy, but only the parts that don't involve responsibility. No, this is a party that stuck their leadership with the same 2020 architects of the whole rigging process. This is the party that claim to be new politics, but their executive lineup looks like a Granger 2.0 reunion brunch. It's only for somebody to run out with the bottomless mimosas and the mojitos. The same team that was a part of presiding over the 2020 fiasco magically reappears as win advisors and lawyers and members of parliament. New party, but same old characters from the 5-month rigging marathon. This isn't innovation. This is resurrection of failure. If your movement includes almost every character from the 2020 Shame Fest, you can't talk democracy. Now, step 4 in this elections playbook is double down on the lies even after your own agents sign the SOPs. And that's what I want to remind you. As Mohammed's own polling agents validated the results. And us is still screaming fraud. That's not politics, that's delusion. Your polling agent signed every single SOP. Not a single objection raised at the polling stations. No mismatches, no inconsistencies, no complaints logged. So who rigged it? The win agents? This is like AP and you back in the day. This pay everybody. They polling agents, everybody. You understand? Right? No, they're literally accusing themselves without realizing it. Same thing, PNC. Step 5 in this whole elections claiming a winner after the fact is create a victim narrative when nobody believes the lies that you're telling. When you can't provide a thing, just yell. Democracy is dead. Dictatorship. And we can play the video and y'all see if that is what's taking place right now. We're being silenced. And this is while talking in front of 3 microphones outside the National Assembly. Right? The loudest people claiming dictatorship are the freest people in the country. They have unlimited live streams, protests, videos, press conference. Oppression where? Democracy isn't dead, as your credibility is. No, they're going to blame the speaker, the president, the parliament, the judiciary, GCOM, me, Madar, Kavi, everybody, and anybody else who not buying the story. And when the lie fails locally, export it internationally. So PR over proof. If you need 12 foreign governments to validate your story, maybe your story is weak. You can't turn international democracy into a customer service hotline. This call the whole world because we can't win locally strategy is desperation, not democracy. And coming down to the final steps. Pretend you're fighting for the people while fighting for your title. Remember, even if he extradite, he won't get extradited as opposition leader. You understand? To probably make it look political. But if you notice, every statement is about swear in, make your opposition leader, give me the job, 109,000. This is not democracy. This is employment anxiety. Y'all realize as Mohammed never had a real job in his life. Everything as claims he's successful in is based off of his father's strength. His father built that and said, look, son, spend up the money and, pretend you're doing something worthwhile. This is employment anxiety. Azzuddin Mohammed never received a check for a month of work anywhere, a month of legitimate work anywhere ever. And that's why you have to remember anxiety. My boy want to say, well, okay, I'm accomplished. I had a real job. You understand? Win isn't fighting for Guyana. They're fighting for a seat and an office. And everybody else but Azzuddin is fighting for a salary. I remind you all, 0 policy proposal, 0 development plans, 0 community work. Just give us power because we said so. It doesn't work like that. Then they'll create a crisis where there is none. Parliament is working. Government is working. The courts are functioning. It's only when malfunctioning. They confuse convenience with oppression. They confuse embarrassment with injustice. They confuse losing elections with losing rights. The only crisis here is their refusal to accept reality. Because it's not convenient to you, somebody's oppressing you. Because you're embarrassed by your stupidity, this is some form of injustice. Because you lose elections, the rights of the people getting trampled on. What nonsense you're talking. And like I tell you, the following continues to shrink. So they will keep repeating the lie until their followers believe it. And a good set of them do. Because if you repeat a lie enough times, somebody on Facebook might finally hit the like button or the share button. But I say to you this morning, repetition is not equal to truth. Volume is not equal to victory. Lies don't become fact just because you post them with a dramatic background or dramatic music attached. When all else fails in this playbook, accuse democracy of failing. When you do all them things I just list and it ain't work, the final step is to accuse democracy of failing. But democracy didn't fail. You failed democracy. And democracy simply returned the favor. Guyana had one of the smoothest elections in terms of the last one. The entire region and the wider world validated it. Their party's own documentation validated it. The only people crying are the ones who lost and still can't accept it. And I think all of you need to remember. This listen. A man who says 109,000 people voted for him, that's what they told me, should not be lecturing anyone about democracy. If your own numbers come from what somebody tell you, call it good morning. Call it good morning.
We see the development of Guyana. Because I live in here, I'm dying. Or when you're showing Mickey Mouse thing, that's crazy. People have to stop following this guy. Left him on you. He own shit can wait here. Trust me, my brother. He coming to New York. He going to Florida. I don't know what people working up this. he ain't got no way in Guyana. So the brother just do the right thing.
Got you.
Stop showing this right thing.
Got you. Right. So, as I said before, you won't take the time to do your own calculation so that you know what the numbers are. You know, so that you understand what the numbers are. You don't even care about that.
We know we will. Up to the region 10.
They don't have a chairman.
But where the guy may understand. Region. You got to deal with that. The voting process is a process, brother. As the deal shouting dictatorship outside the parliament building while he himself fighting legal issues, it's kind of comedy. Guy didn't answer the kind of comedy. He's talking dictatorship and just come out of courtroom. Just come out of the courtroom and able to talk all kind of things about the government, this, that, and it's a dictatorship.
And the PPNC, give the vote to PPP. And why you vote for the PNC?
While we would have through the elections as well, in terms of the chairman. Our chairman is yet to be paid 2 months later.
That's how it's working government work. You don't get your salary till money about 3 months after. This always go. It's not nothing unique to you, chairman. Oh goodness. Just to show you how out of touch they are with the norms in the government system. Right? It usually takes some time before you are able to oh gosh. It usually takes some time as a government worker to get into the system. Right? It takes some time. It don't happen right away. But they don't know they ain't got no time with her.
And the former chairman is still receiving the chairman's salary.
She knows this because she is the regional executive officer for region number 10. So she know that the former chairman still getting salary.
Well, we have a chairman in office working every single day. That is wholly unreasonable because based on information
They're afraid of you, my brother.
the president has not sent any information. That is what I was told to the Ministry of Finance. So no payments will be had.
You see, they're running on what they're told. This is not information gathered from reading the public service handbook or anything. You understand? Nothing of the sort. Oh man, guys, y'all listen for a minute. Please give me a minute.
Here in Region 7. The government is wholly ridiculous, and there has always been a fight down against us
Yes, all the time.
as it relates to the elections. And as Barra Jagdeo would have stated earlier on, that he is more inclined to work with the PNC than he is to work with us.
don't want the
And
PNC
so
to
because,
pay.
no, but because of that, because he does not want to work with us, they are putting systems and mechanisms in place to frustrate the process.
They can't frustrate them, frustrate
But
the
that,
nation.
but whether or not they can or they can,
If
they
they
clearly have the
frustrate them,
power.
we.
They clearly have the power to do certain things, and they are
The power of
exhausting
God.
that power.
We are
You have no
march.
information. up
We're
to now
going
as
to march.
You're competing with the baby.
I know.
Right. And so I just want to say we have no information about when Parliament is going to reconvene. We know absolutely nothing about what is going on, and unfortunately we have looked at when other opposition leaders were sworn in, and with the exception of if there is a factor that's affecting that process, it usually goes ahead. And to the best of our knowledge, there's nothing that is preventing outside of the government's victimization in terms of the swearing in of the leader of the opposition. And of course, as many of you would know, the opposition forms part of the government. And so what we are doing right now is functioning basically as a dictatorship, because whatever the government says goes, whatever the government does goes. And this is not how things work. We've had the PPP in the past profess that they're standing up for democracy, while they themselves today are the persons who are ensuring that the democratic process does not take place. And we are in an unfortunate state, and at this point we would like to call on all of Guyana, whether or not you supported us in these elections, this is about the democracy of our country. And so we all need to stand up, and we all need to ensure that the leader of the opposition is sworn in. Our leader deserves to be sworn in. The people voted for him, he was elected, and he should be given the opportunity to serve president.
You gotta protest her now. Don't want to give him in. You gotta protest her. Follow the people in the street. Follow the people.
Call out the people in the streets. Right? Call. Listen to me. Y'all had a little listen. Listen. They're talking about wanting the world to see what's going on in Guyana. Creator, the world literally saw you on in the parliament compound posing with the Lamborghini. You stunting. I'll teach you how to stunt. That was you. So let's not pretend who really undermined credibility, or more so your credibility. Every time Creator Face says, I want the world to see this dictatorship, what he really means is, please don't look at my court case. This is selective transparency at its finest. Azadine walking to court saying he's defending democracy. Bro, defend yourself first. Again, priorities, brother. Priorities. Odessa saying they'll write the as many international organizations as possible. It given me strong Dear Diary energy. This is not leadership. Governance is not a pen pal program. Odessa saying democracy is dead. Them talking non-stop for 11 minutes straight. Odessa. In a real dictatorship, you wouldn't even get 11 seconds. Talk your talk. Don't call it oppression. Right? They claim democracy is being stifled. Yet, they have 16 MPs, a weekly press conference, different online talk shows, daily live streams, and walkabouts across the country, meeting people, interacting with people, all kinds of things. Only in Guyana can people who enjoy full freedom, well, I should say, people can enjoy full freedom while screaming that they don't have it. Azadine shouting they're undermining democracy, but can't quote one section of the Constitution. Not one. Not one. Not the first paragraph. Nothing. Can't quote one section of the Constitution. Creator, democracy isn't being undermined. Your credibility is, brother. Us demanding that the speaker convene the meeting now shows he is still learning. As Parliament doesn't function like a Facebook live video. You can't just shout, go live, and things happen. Procedure matters. Right? Procedure matters. This whole performance is less about democracy and more about trying to force relevance after being rejected by the people of this country. Right? Losing votes shouldn't turn into losing common sense. They keep saying, we don't know anything. Nobody tells us anything. As Odessa Primus, that is not dictatorship. That is the win team refusing to read the Constitution. See, y'all don't even want to learn your work. You don't even want to learn your work. So them saying they don't know anything because nobody tells them anything. My brother and sister in Christ, because as you Christian George, my brother and sister in Christ, ask and know this. The chief cook and bottle washer. That's because Parliament is not a WhatsApp group. It's not Parliament is not WhatsApp broadcast. You have to read the standing orders. Read the standing orders. Odessa calling Guyana dictatorship while begging for orientation on how Parliament work is wild. If you don't know the job yet, and this is just a suggestion, Odessa. If you don't know the job yet, maybe, just maybe, learn first, protest after. You catch me? Learn the work, and then when you learn the work, the standing orders, read the constitution, you understand what's going on. You protest after, so you know what you're protesting about. You can't protest him because you are ill prepared for the job that you run into. If anybody should be preparing you, is the MPs that you have there, Tabitha, Natasha St. Louis, and the other worries, Dan Hastings. Where is Leslie Lowe? Leslie Lowe turned a member of parliament. Leslie Lowe is au fait with government operations. Why y'all not training yourself? She complaining about the speaker, that the speaker shut down their some informal question and answer segment they had. Y'all wanted to run a whole parliamentary orientation like it's a Zoom Bible study. The speaker or the clerk got hold you hand and walk you through the process. Go and read the standing orders. Go and learn your work. This is Parliament, not Win Academy. Now, Hannah calling on CARICOM. She calling on Brazil. She calling on the UN. She calling on the entire diaspora to intervene. This section here giving me the please help me, nobody takes us seriously vibes. Desperation is not equal to diplomacy, Hannah. Nor is an upside down X equal to a right side up X. Oh, Lord. They're begging CARICOM. They're begging New York. They're begging Brazil. They're begging Miami. They're begging UN. They're begging London. They're begging Trinidad. They're begging everybody except the Constitution of Guyana. This is what you got to talk to. Go and read the Constitution, and then you will know how to proceed. International relations is not a raffle. Create a face crying dictatorship, but still walking freely, free as a bird on the road, talking freely till he talking a bunch of stupidness and incriminating himself and his father, protesting freely, giving press statements outside a court freely, giving press conference outside the National Assembly freely. This is the biggest contradiction of all. Opposition in a dictatorship does not live stream their corruption. Or I should say the complaints. Right? If you don't believe me, you scamper over to Venezuela, to where the people said you're a Venezuelan puppet, and see how the Venezuelan government treats the opposition. I think the current opposition leader, the person who has they claim won the last elections in Venezuela, I think she's in the lockups right now. She won a Nobel Peace Prize the other day. I think she's in the lockups right now. So I don't understand where Odessa and Creative is coming from. They keep saying they will be a barnacle in the life of the PVP. Well, at least they self-identify correctly. at least they self-identified correctly. The team at Win are not leaders. They are barnacles. Their words, not mine. Right? They want to be barnacles in the PVP's life. So in terms of self-awareness, I give them 10 out of 10. In terms of self-awareness, I give them 10 out of 10. In terms of leadership, 0 out of 10. Right? So the only thing being undermined is Asadeen's credibility. Every time he opens his mouth outside of the court or anywhere else that he goes. If democracy was really dead, Win wouldn't be outside of the court with a whole live stream team, access to the media. They would have been inside the lockups. Guyana is democratic. That's why they are talking. And I want persons to understand that. Right? If this was a real dictatorship, none of this would be happening now. None of this would be happening now. And look, I don't know is what come over. I know. I don't know if this is a Russian syndrome or what. Look, listen, I out of here. Y'all have a wonderful day. Please stop bothering with the Mohammeds. I only do these. I go into detail with these things so that the persons who have lesser understanding of what's going on, you can get a simplified version. Do you understand? Don't listen to the bullshit from Hannah. Don't listen to the bullshit from Creative Face. Definitely don't listen to the comical statements from Odessa Primus. They aren't even taking the time to learn their job. You understand? None of them on the 3rd of November inquired anywhere from anyone what the first day of Parliament is supposed to be like. Could we table any motions? What's supposed to happen on the first day? So when the seating happened, or they didn't even ask, okay, look, tap it in the background, dunce. You can't even guide your own party as one of the senior parliamentary members. So she can't even tell them, hey, look, this is what's going to play out. We swearing in the MP. Look, Mr. Atwell, I don't know if this is Melly Mel father. That's him there. That's him there. He come till from Linden. This big man with the red bag on the back. I don't know if it's Melissa Atwell father, but this call him Mr. Atwell. You understand? And he loves to play like he's a central character in everything. He ain't accomplished nothing in the young days. So now that he old, he looking for relevance. You understand? Look. He organizing everything like he's a party, the win party. Look, y'all later, bye. I gone. Have a wonderful day. Please, be safe on the roadways. See you here tomorrow. Tomorrow is definitely Lennox Gasper Day, right? He was supposed to be on this morning, but I don't like to mix the guests with abusing. So tomorrow morning, we have the tongue clerk from Linden on the program, and we'll probably be able to ask, no, but he's at the tongue council, so he know nothing but chairman and all them things. But we'll be able to talk to him about what's happening in Linden, what's happening at the municipality, and that sort of thing, right? So please tune in tomorrow. The flyer will be out in a couple of minutes. Lennox Gasper, the tongue clerk for the Region 10 municipality in Linden there. We'll have him on the program. Again, we didn't have him this morning because, like I said, I don't like to mix the guests with the political views, right? So tune in tomorrow. We have Lennox Gasper here for you. We'll also be working on Minister Malik Chan before the week is out So stay tuned to the pages for that information, and we'll be seeing you here same time, same place tomorrow. Okay. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace, it's all about love, it's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down.